Welcome to Civil Key Medicine YouTube channel. Now I am going to discuss the detailed solution of West Bengal PSC Astenial Civil Recruitment Question Paper 2014 Part 2. Today I will discuss the total 20 number of question from question number 21 to up to question number 40. Okay, here I have taken a lot of care to provide the right solution for every questions, but if you would find any mistake or any wrong answer, then please let me know and I will rectify it. So start now. The first question is question number 21. Cable carrying a load of W kilonewton per meter of horizontal span is stretched between support L meter apart. The supports are at same level and the central deep is H meter. The maximum tension in the cable is. So let's see the solution. This is my cable. Okay, under the action of load, that means under the action of UDL or self weight, the cable takes the shape in the form of parabola, parabolic shape. So in this case, first we have to find out the vertical reaction as well as horizontal reaction. So in this case, the vertical reaction will be total load divided by 2. That means in this case total load is WL, then WL by 2 will be the vertical reaction at point A and at point B. VA equal to VB equal to WL by 2. And the horizontal reaction will be same in the both supports, that means HA equal to HB will be WL square by 8H. You should remember the value of the horizontal reaction in case of 3-inch arcs or 2-inch arcs or any cable subjected to UDL. The value is WL square by 8H. This question is from the structural analysis and the chapter is arts. Okay, so therefore at this point I consider the support A. Whatever support A equal to support B, the reactions as well as tension will be same. Therefore this is vertical component, this is horizontal component. There will be a resultant and this resultant force is the tension in the cable, T max. Therefore T max will be root over vertical reaction square plus horizontal reaction square. After putting the value, I will get this answer, WL by 2 root over 1 plus L by 4 whole square. Now let's see the option. Therefore the option A not, option B, that is option B is the correct answer. Here will be square. Okay, therefore answer B. Okay, next question, question number 22. In the quadrilateral bearing system, a whole circle bearing of 294 degree 30 minute can be expressed as. This question is from the survey engineering and the chapter is compass survey. Let's see the solution. First, I have drawn the coordinate system and the whole circle bearing is given 294 degree 30 minutes. We know that whole circle bearing always calculate from the north direction and in the clockwise direction. Therefore 294 degree 30 minute, the line will be this. Okay, now I have to find out the quadrantal bearing. We know that quadrantal bearing always calculated either north side or south side, whichever is near the line, in clockwise direction or anti-clockwise direction. So in this case the north direction is near the survey line. Therefore in this case this will be my quadrantal bearing. Therefore, quadrantal bearing will be 360 degree minus 294 degree 30 minutes. The answer will be 65 degree 30 minute, and the direction will be north west. Therefore, not 65 degree 30 minute west. My answer. Therefore, the correct answer is B. The correct answer is B. Next question, question number 23. The intensity of irrigation means we have to first know the definition of intensity of irrigation. Okay, the definition of the intensity of irrigation is the percentage of cultivable commanded area to be irrigated annually. Therefore, the correct answer is answer A. Okay. Next question, question number 24. If L is the length of transition curve and R is the radius of circular curve, then the shift of the curve is directly proportional to. So, first I have to know the formula of the shift of the transition curve. The shift of the transition curve equal to L square by 24 R. L is the length of the transition curve and R is the radius of the circular or transition curve. So in this case, therefore S directly proportional L square and inversely proportional R. Okay, therefore the correct answer will be B. The correct answer will be B. Okay. Next question, question number 25. For a single reinforced beam, if concrete reaches its maximum allowable stress earlier than steel, the beam is known as. Here, the concrete reaches its maximum allowable stress earlier than steel. So, in this case, concrete will first fail, then steel will fail. Therefore, in this case, the amount of steel is more than the concrete. Therefore, the correct answer will be over reinforced section, because in case of over reinforced section, the steel is more. So, before steel, the concrete reaches its maximum allowable stress and fail fast. That is over reinforced section. Okay, next question number 26. If the time required for 50% consolidation of a remolded sample clay with single drainage is 1 minute, okay, then the time required to consolidate the same sample of clay with the same degree of consolidation with double drainage. Let's see the solution. We know that this is the common formula or important formula, TB equal to, this question is from the soil mechanics and the chapter is consolidation. Okay, therefore time factor equal to CV into T divided by D square, where CV is the coefficient of consolidation, T is the time, and D is the length of the drainage path. So in this case, soil is same and degree of consolidation same, so we can write that T directly proportional to D square. Now from this relation I can write T1 by T2 equal to D1 square by D2 square. Now put the value T1, that means 1 minute. I have to find T2, therefore T2. Now drainage path. In case of single drainage path, the length of the total drainage path is the thickness of the clay layer or thickness of the sample. See the diagram. If single drainage path, that means drainage is occur in only single direction. Therefore, the total height of the sample takes place the drainage path. That means total length of the drainage path is total thickness of the sample. And in case of double drainage path, the drainage occurs along the top portion as well as along the bottom portion. So in this case, half thickness is the length of the drainage path, that means H by 2. Now put the value. In first case, the drainage path is single, therefore the length of the drainage path will be H, and this second case, the length of the drainage path will be the half thickness, that means H by 2. After solving, I will get 1 by 4. Therefore correct answer will be 1 by 4 minutes. Okay, next. Question number 27. The phreatic line in an earth dam or earthen dam, obviously the answer will be C. This is my repeat question. This question was also in the question 2016, and this question is from the soil mechanics subject, and the chapter is seepage through soil. Next, 28. In a liquid limit test, the moisture content at 10 blows was 70% and that at 100 blows was 20%. Then the liquid limit of the soil is, this question also from the soil mechanics subject. Okay, let's see the solution. This is my formula to find out the liquid limit. Okay, liquid limit equal to W2 minus W1, that means final water content minus initial water content by log 10 base of N1 by N2. N1 is the number of blow corresponding water content W1 and N2 is the number of blow corresponding my second water content, or that means water content W2. Now put the value 70 minus 20 by log 10, 100 by 10, that will be log 10 by 10, that is 1. Okay, that means answer will be 50%. My answer will be 50%. Therefore, correct answer is B. Okay. Next question number 29. For a base symmetrical trapezoidal section of an open channel with a given area of section and side slope, which one of the following statement holds true? This is question from the fluid mechanics subject and the chapter is open channel. Flow through open channel. The condition of the best symmetrical trapezoidal section is, first condition is that half the top width is equal to the one side of the slope. Therefore, my correct answer will be A. Let's see. Suppose this is my trapezoidal section. Okay, this is my trapezoidal section. It will be best economical and efficient channel when the half of the top width, this is the top width, equal to the one side of slope. Okay, and another condition is, note down, the slope angle will be 60 degree. Okay, and another condition is hydraulic mean depth or hydraulic radius are equal to, will be d by 2, that means half of the depth. This is the another condition of the best efficient or economical or best symmetrical trapezoidal section. Next question, question number 30. A hydrograph is a plot of, we know that hydrograph is a plot of time versus discharge. That means along x-axis will be my time and along y-axis will be my flow or discharge Q. Okay, and the hydrograph looks like this. Okay, so now see the option. Precipitation against time. Precipitation against time, no. Direct runoff against time, maybe. Okay, see next option. Steam flow against time, maybe. Surface runoff against time, maybe. We know that when surface runoff against time we plot, then the hydrograph is called direct runoff hydrograph. That means surface runoff against time, that is called direct runoff hydrograph. Okay, in this case, direct runoff against time and surface runoff, both options are same. Therefore, the suitable answer will be, and best answer will be, steam flow against time. That means here given flow, flow means discharge, and runoff we can measure in the form of 2 units or 2 method. That means one is depth with respect to depth, that means runoff depth, and one with respect to discharge, that is called runoff discharge. Here only mention that runoff, but depth or discharge is not mentioned. Therefore, we cannot consider this is flow. Okay, therefore the best answer will be, correct answer will be steam flow against time. Steam flow, flow means discharge. Okay. Next question, question number 31. If an upgrade of 1.5% followed by a downgrade of 0.5% and rate of change of grade is 0.2% per 20 meter chain, then the length of vertical curve is. This question is from the survey engineering. Okay, from curve chapter. Let's see the solution. Easy solution. Length of the vertical curve, note down the formula. Length of the vertical curve is difference of grade divided by permissible or rate of change of grade. Okay, so now find out the difference of grade. First grade is 1.5% upgrade, that means positive. Minus of second, that means 0.5%, that is downward, that means minus. Divided by rate of change of grade. Rate of change of grade is 0.2% per 20 meter chain. Now put the value, solve and find 200 meter. Therefore correct answer will be 200 meter. Next, 32. Radius of equivalent circular contact area of dual wheel for a 80 kN single axle load with contact pressure of 552 kPa. Okay, this question is from the transportation engineering. Let's see the solution. Here the load of dual wheel is given 80 kN, therefore the load on single wheel will be 80 divided by 2, 40 kN. Okay, now area of influence will be load by pressure, therefore 40 by 522 meter square. Now we know that area of the circular portion is pi by 4 d square. Now equate this and find out d equal to this. This is the diameter, but in question I have find the radius, therefore radius will be 0.151 point something mm or meter, therefore it will be equivalent 152 mm. So my answer will be A, 152 mm. Clear? Next question 33. Minimum value of Marshall stability for DBM mix, dense bituminous mix or macadam. Dense bituminous macadam, full form of DBM. Okay, let's see a chart. As per the MORTH and ACE, the specification is given as this: BC, HDBC and for DBM. In my question it is asked DBM. For DBM, Marshall stability value in kilonewton is greater than 9 kilonewton. That means the minimum value of stability, Marshall stability number should not be less than 9. It will be greater than 9. Okay, now convert it. 9 means 9000 Newton. Okay, 9000 Newton. Okay, so if now I will convert it kg. Okay, now I have it converted kg. Okay, then I will divide it by 10. That means actually will be divided by 9.81 g. I take 10. Okay, therefore the answer will be 900. Okay, or it we take 9.81, then it will be approx 914. Okay, this is the minimum value. The value should be greater than 914. Now see the option. Therefore option B will be wrong, option D is wrong, option C is wrong, because all these values are less than 914. Therefore correct answer will be A, because the value 1050 is near the value of 914. Clear? Next, question number 34. Which of the following types of slipper is preferred? This is question from the railway engineering, which is out of syllabus in this year. Okay, 2020. This is out of syllabus. But the preferable slipper is CST 9 slipper. CST 9 slipper. The full form of CST is Central Standard Trial 9. This is the one type of cast iron slipper which is best for the Indian Railway. Next, question number 35. Minimum frequency of field density test for compaction control related to mass earthwork. This answer will be C, 1 in 500 meter cube. Let's see the chart. In case of site area greater than 1500 meter square, then the sample is taken one test per 500 meter cube. One test per 500 meter cube or one test per layer or 200 mm thickness per material. Okay, whichever is most suitable. Okay, for site area 500 to 1500 meter cube, one test for 200 meter cube area. For site area less than 500 meter square, then one test for 100 meter cube area. In this case, the question is asked for mass earthwork, so I consider the site area greater than 1500 meter square. So as per my knowledge or my information, the correct answer will be C, 1 in 500 meter cube. Okay, Next, question number 36. An isochrone is a line on the basin map is, iso means equal or same, chrone means related to time. So let's see the option. Joining rain gauge station having equal rainfall duration. No, wrong. Joining points having equal rainfall depth in a given time interval. Equal depth means is called isoheight. Therefore, this is wrong option. Joining points having equal time of travel of surface runoff to the catchment outlet. Therefore, my correct answer will be C. Okay. Let's see the option D. Joining point which are not which are equal distance. Here are mentioned equal distance. Therefore, this is wrong. Okay. Next, question number 37. The maximum value of centrifugal ratio on roads and railway respectively are taken. The correct answer will be C. Note down. You should remember the answer. For roads 1/4 and for railway it will be 1/8. Okay. Next question, question number 38. If the coefficient of permeability and that of the percolation of soil is this respectively and its void ratio. So in this question it is given that the coefficient of permeability and the value of the coefficient of percolation. Okay, this question is from the soil mechanics. Okay, the chapter is permeability of soil. Let's see the solution. We know that coefficient of permeability, Kp means coefficient of permeability, equal to K by N, where K is the coefficient, Kp is the coefficient of percolation, K is the coefficient of permeability, and N is porosity. Okay, now put the value, N equal to K by Kp. Now put the value, I will get 0.5. In question it is asked to find out the void ratio. Therefore, void ratio equal to N by 1 minus N. This is the relation between the void ratio and the porosity. The answer will be 1. Okay, the answer will be 1. So my correct answer is B. Okay. My next question is 39. The angle of internal friction of clay as per UU test usually. Let's see what is UU test. UU test means undrain unconsolidation test. Undrain unconsolidation test where drainage is not permitted. Okay, so in this case of UU test, during UU test no drainage is allowed. So for a clay soil, due to pore water pressure, there is no contact force gain to gain because pore water pressure developed, and due to pore water pressure there is no internal friction or contact force between the soil particles. Okay, for this reason the value of phi becomes near to 0 or 0. Okay, therefore phi becomes 0 degree. Okay, therefore my correct answer will be 0 to 5 degree, approx 0 to 5 degree. Okay, clear? Next and last question for this part. In an unconfined compression test on a clay specimen of initial volume V and length L, the area of cross section at failure is given. Very easy. Let's solve. See, this is my specimen, volume V, cross sectional area A, and length my L. Okay, after compression test it takes the shape like this. Okay, the length change del L, therefore new length will be, that means final length will be L minus del L. Okay, we know that volume will not change, because volume will be constant, only dimension will be changed. Okay, therefore new cross sectional area will be volume, that means initial volume divided by new length, therefore V by L minus del L. So my correct answer will be option A. Okay, thank you. If you think this video is useful for you, then like and share, and who do not subscribe my channel till now, obviously subscribe my channel. Okay, thank you very much.